Hello, and welcome to the Bullshit with the Boys podcast. I'm your host, Logan Floyd. Your co hosts today are Khalid,
Yo,
Gavin,
Hello, my friend.
and Jesse.
Yes.
So, how have you all been since last week?
pretty good, pretty good.
I've been
Some
chilling.
better than others.
Been chilling.
Been chilling. That's good. That's good. I haven't been up to a whole lot. Recently, I've been writing a screenplay. I've been working on a horror movie. I just finished the first 25 pages about, so I finished the whole first act. And upcoming this week, I'm going to be going down to Wildwood Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit on Thursday morning by myself to a beach house my parents own in Wildwood. And I'm hoping while I'm there, I can write a little bit of this screenplay more since I'm on my own, have total focus on that. So I'm hoping to I really like what I've written so far. So that's good. Another thing I did want to mention real quickly, I started writing something else yesterday, and it was like a pilot for a sitcom I wanted to make like on my own, and so the character's name is my own name, and I wanted like the character to have a couple friends. So in the screenplay, it's me, Khalid, Gavin, and I couldn't put Jesse in there because Jesse's like not here. So I think in
Is
the
this
screen.
the same one you were talking about on the train ride home the other
No,
week?
no. That was a horror movie I'm writing, which I'm also writing. But I also started writing like a sitcom pilot that I've always kind of wanted to make a sitcom, and so I named the character based on my own name, but the last names are different. Like for Khalid and Gavin, I actually came up with like just two completely different last names. If I could pull it up, I totally would. Because yeah, I just came up with like, and the fourth character I just put in there as like John Doe, just as like a filler name because that's like a popular filler name in court
Until
usually.
you find somebody, you mean?
Sorry.
Like until you find somebody?
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
When you start filming.
even the two characters I wrote for you two, like I didn't know if you would even do it or not, so the characters' names can be changed. Like it's pretty easy
It
to change.
depends on the role, Logan. 'cause
I will.
I haven't forgotten.
It's pretty funny. It's R-rated. it's R-rated. It's an R-rated type of sitcom. I've been watching a lot of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia recently, and so that kind of inspired me to
Noted.
write. It's such a good show. I'm on season 5 right now. Oh, it's so good.
You got a
this always
script to
Sunny
hand
like
out?
an R-rated show?
Like not an R-rated show, but like the equivalent of
More
like
adult?
an R-rated show. Yeah, there's F-bombs and stuff like that. There's I
Mhm.
won't spoil anything, but the plot line's kind of crazy. I'll have to, if I could pull it up. Let me see if I could pull up real quick because I want to tell you what I came up with as your last names. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because yeah, that's what I've been working on recently. And like I said, mostly focusing on this horror movie. The only reason I started writing the sitcom was because I was at a cousin's graduation party yesterday and I got kind of bored. And so like on my phone I have like a screenwriting app, but I didn't have the horror movie screenplay on there, so I just started writing something completely different. And so that was why I started writing a sitcom. Let me see if I can
Ah.
pull up the name.
Now, I know you said you didn't want to spoil it, but would you be willing to share any part of the script?
Facts.
In the chat I can write I mean, I don't want to say what the plot is out loud, but I can write what the premise is. Okay, so Khalid I just a random last name. I have Khalid Jones and then I have Gavin Thomas.
Please
Well,
change that.
no. Keep that actually.
Wait.
Because
I think
that's my middle name.
that
So
is your
change
wait,
that.
that is your middle name?
Yeah, that's my
that's why
government
it's P.
name.
That's why it's P.
I had
That's why it's
no
peak,
idea.
bro.
I literally had no idea that was your. I thought that sounded
Like,
better. I thought that sounded better than Khalid's last name I had. I thought Thomas.
You have no
Gavin
idea
Thomas
how much
sounds
that shit
better.
just whiplashed me.
I'm not gonna lie. It caught me so off guard that I really thought I was like, I must not have heard right because
I
there's
thought that
just
shit was
no
on
way.
purpose.
Let me just in the Discord. I guess you could talk a little bit, and I'll write in the Discord what the plot is.
Sometimes I will call him by his full government name to piss him off. So when he did say
Indeed.
Thomas, his last name just popped into my head as to finish the
Yes, indeed. Gavin Thomas, bro. I don't know why you don't own Thomas more, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't have anything against my middle name. I just don't use it for like anything.
That's fair, honestly.
They don't make you like. Actually, I don't even know if I can mention this topic Hold on. I'm gonna text you.
Like me personally, or like in the
Yeah.
group chat?
Yeah, you personally. Actually, I'll just do it through Discord. That makes it a lot
I
easier.
got so
yeah.
mad.
Yeah, 'cause I'm already on it.
Someone just messaged me through Discord, and you could hear like the chime. I was just like, dang it.
I don't even.
But
think
I
we
didn't hear
heard
it.
Okay, that's good. I'm writing the synopsis right now.
I'm just over here trying to think now, because like, I know Gav's middle name. I know Khalid's. I don't know how to say it, but
Facts. I'm not even gonna try either.
and then you. I'm pretty sure y'all know mine. I'm just like, I don't know if I know
That's it.
Logan's
You have a middle name?
Do I know you? I have a picture of your ID, so I'll get you. I can pull your middle name up.
You have a picture of my ID?
I have a picture of everybody's ID, Jesse.
Why do you have a picture of my ID?
Because I'm just him.
You're someone to be watched out for. You need to be blacklisted or something.
All right, I'm in the middle of writing it. I'm almost done.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
was
I
just
think it's pretty
telling-
funny, but I'm not going to say it on the podcast.
If we read it, can we like give you our thoughts on it at
Sure,
least?
hold
or-
on. With Khalid and John.
Okay. So,
All right, I just wrote it in there.
oh shit. I almost read this out loud for a second.
I was
had
just about to say, right?
to wind myself
Real.
back.
Anytime I see a long message,
Gavin, your Gavin, your character is unhinged. The way I've written
my
it.
immediate dumb man reaction is just to start reading large paragraphs out loud so I can process it easier.
Honestly. Hey yo.
I was just
You know, I can tell Gav's character is unhinged, but it's very on character. Thank you very much.
I was just coming up with random ideas, and I don't know why that just came to me. The I won't say what it is, but the pills part just came to me so
Why
randomly.
was my help? Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
No,
so-
because
Sorry.
it's on character, right? Like
No,
why
no,
did Joe
so-
and
so-
Jeff
so,
or
Khalid,
Johnson?
Khalid,
Hold on, why did we just switch up and got my character wrong at the end there?
Okay, so the audience won't know what we're really talking about, but basically Gavin's character asks your character and the other character for his help, and even you two are like, why are we doing like this is so wrong. So it's acknowledged that like that Khalid's
That was pretty
character
on
and the
brand.
other one. Gavin's like, I'm not
Okay.
there's literally a line in the script where Gavin's like, I'm not gonna do it alone.
Conversion comes
Gavin-
back full
Okay.
force in a film.
Yeah.
There's one part where Gavin's just like carrying a shovel. It's just, yeah. I started working on that. When I complete a full script of that one won't take as long because usually, an episode's like 25 minutes, so that's like 25 pages. So that's not that. That will probably take a lot easier to write. But I'll definitely finish writing that and send it to you because some of the ideas I had I thought were pretty funny. And then I even came up with like a list of like other episodes I would want to do. See, I've been kind of focusing on working like a sitcom type of pilot, but mainly I've been working on that horror movie. And the horror movies, like, there's a kind of a cool, I won't say what it is, but there's kind of like a cool change in it where it changes almost to like a kind of a different type of movie. And so basically I'm almost done the first part where it's one type of movie. And then I think like around like page 40 is when it's going to transition to the other type of movie. And then it's going to be
Like as
kind of a
in
different type of
within
thing.
the horror genre or just like a new genre in general?
No. The way the story's told changes. I'll put it that way.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a different. The storytelling structure is different for the first 40 minutes, and then it flips. I think I might have told Khalid and Gavin what that is, but it's like the way that the story's told, like how it's filmed, is changed. So and that's how it changes. See, that's basically what I've been working on recently. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of anything else.
Okay.
Indeed.
Earlier I was gonna mention because Gav had said he doesn't really use his middle name for something, and he got a new job recently. So I wanted to ask if that was used in the process at all, or do you just not use your middle name for literally anything?
Just applying.
Okay.
Like other than like applying for their job, there's nothing I use my middle name for. Like it's not
And
in my signature. It's not in any like nothing. You feel me?
Do they still like? Well, I guess still. Do they make you go like? What is the hiring process for like a mechanic? Like I'm sure they do like drug
Um,
tests, right? Like I feel
well,
like that's
yeah,
obvious.
everywhere drug
Um,
tests.
but like, is there like like a skill check that they make you do? Like I can't remember which
Uh,
job it was recently, but they make you like no, I think it was cooking actually. They make you like make something like as a chef, and if you can make it, depending on the quality of it, you get the job. Like, do they make you do something like that?
Fix this part for us within this amount of time.
Like literally, right?
Not entirely. More so, it's like, I mean, they ask you those related questions during the interview, but it's nothing to the extent that you're imagining.
Okay. They don't trap him in a saw death trap and be like, escape the reverse
Hello,
bear
Gavin.
trap.
I would like to play the game.
Exactly.
I was just
Also,
talking about that.
congrats, by the way.
Like, what were you saying?
Huh?
Oh, you no, just because you were talking about Saul, I was literally just talking about that movie with someone a couple days ago.
Which movie?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a
I
bunch
think
of
the
them.
series as a whole. I've never seen any of them.
Really?
You gotta see
What?
them, bro. They're
I
peak.
know. I've heard they're
I,
good. Well, I've heard
I
some
made
are
Jesse
good, some
watch all
aren't.
of them. I don't know how many Gavin has seen. I know he sure as shit hasn't seen a lot though.
I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a good chunk, I would think.
Gavin's
for-
good
I-
chunk
since-
is like 3 movies.
Dude,
Of, like,
that
the
Saw
7
X
or
shit
9.
I
pissed me
think I've
off.
seen like 4. I've seen there's like I know there's like
Okay,
5
hold
or
on.
6
How many have
traps
you
I know
seen
from different
before
movies.
Saw X?
Was
Yeah,
Saw
before
X the
Saw
one all
X.
3 of us went to in theaters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it was like the bitch who had to cut her leg off or something.
Yeah, like
It-
every
the-
other
the-
Saw movie.
But yeah. I would think 4 because I remember
Get your lying ass out of here, bro.
the rotating shotgun trap. I know I've seen that one. I've seen the one where they're like it's 2 of them chained up in the room and you have to cut your foot off to get the key to
The
like,
first
that-
one?
I
Is that
s-
Saw 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
the
think I
original.
actually saw the first like 20 minutes of the first one, and I vaguely remember that part where they're like about to start cutting off the leg.
I've
They
seen
don't
the
cut off
one
their
where
leg
it's
until a
I
little
was say, that's
later
not till
in the
like the
movie,
end
a
of the
lot
movie.
Well,
later.
I remember the legs being in chains at least, or
Yeah,
at least that
that-
part.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I think
remember
that's how
that.
the movie opens.
Yeah, it's like 2 people in a room, right? And it's like
I'm
they
about to
both
say,
have the chains on
they're
their
in
legs.
that room the entire movie, so.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to
That's
try.
the movie opens like that,
I'll
but
have to
they
try to go
don't
back and watch
actually
those then.
cut their legs off for a chunk of time during it.
Reason I'm calling
Just
cap
stop
on
watching it.
Gavin's Saw watching experience is because Saw X is a prequel dedicated solely on to Kramer, which is the
Mhm.
actual Jigsaw killer. And Gav made a remark like 3 minutes into the movie, like, "Who's this old ass guy they got playing Saw?" And I'm like, the actor for Kramer who's been in every other movie other
Every
than the
movie.
ones he's died and is just not in it.
Even some of them,
It's like what?
I
he
didn't
would
even
appear in
know.
flashbacks.
I didn't even know X was a prequel.
Yeah, X is a
Oh
prequel.
yeah.
It's funny. I've always
I-
heard.
I
Jigsaw is
still am
also,
going to
like-
say 4 because, like I said, I distinctly remember multiple traps from different movies. Like I said, the shotgun one, the
Okay, hold on. When you say shotgun one, are you talking about Jigsaw?
it's the one where he has to stick his hand in, and like prick his fingers or like do some shit with his fingers and kill 3 people for him to survive or something like that. I don't
That's
remember if
all right.
I'm.
I think he's like mixing up movies. I can't
might
say.
be.
Oh wait, are you talking about like where the people are on like the spinning
Yes.
like carnival
yes,
wheel?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I've also seen the one where it's the really fat guy and the skinny black chick, and then they have to cut parts of
Cut
them
off
to
their
weigh.
Oh yeah, I remember
I've
making the
seen
remark
the
about
one that
one.
was that had to do with like the train tracks or something.
That's Spiral.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one?
I've s-
Is that the one?
um,
Chris
That's the
Rock
one
was
with
in?
that's the one with Chris Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one with the chain leg shit.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one where it was like the bucket full of needles.
That's 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like you've named Saw 1 and then like multiple traps in like 2.
Quick question:
I was
is
just about
there a
to say.
scene?
Oh, I may just remember to the best, but I feel like I've seen at least 3 other Saw movies. I
Question.
know
I
I
don't
haven't
know,
seen
bro.
all of them though.
Question. I just thought of this because you were just talking about needles. Is there a scene in one of them? Because I've seen this clip, but I don't know if it's from these movies, where it's like a woman and she's like crawling through needles.
Yeah, they throw her in it.
Yeah,
I
that's-
think that's Saw.
That's 2.
Is that Saw
isn't it?
2? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
Saw 2.
what's
Amanda.
her name? Yeah, it's Amanda.
I've seen
yeah.
that. I've seen like bits and pieces of that scene like pop up on like some website or like YouTube or something like that. It pops up. So I've seen like bits and pieces. That I remember watching that. Like that made me feel like, oh my god, that's just
I might go
Mhm.
on a. I
He
might
actually
re-binge the movies
survives
again.
that, so
that's crazy.
yeah, it's
Because
Dude, the shit
honestly
Saw
forced.
people be surviving is crazy.
Because it-
I'm sorry.
like, from
Well,
what I
Well, to be
remember-
fair
they
though,
survive.
Amanda is like a villain.
I was
Like,
about to say Amanda is low-key
She's
a villain.
on Kramer's side. She's just undercover in that one.
I should go
instance.
back and watch those movies. I heard they're doing another one. I think.
Oh,
They
I think
have not like fully ended it.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
series
think.
hasn't really. They killed off Saw in I don't remember which movie. I almost want to say
it's like 3 or 4, right?
yeah, and then like after that, it's carried on by like the people he brought up.
Like as
And
his
I
successors, essentially.
I actually think it's not like like a lot of this is sort of on topic, I guess, kind of, but I feel like a situation like that can easily be dragged out. And I do think there are some instances where it is kind of like, okay, bro. But like the entire act of like Hoffman,
I
which
loved
leads
Hoffman.
all the way back up to like it's kind of like a full circle moment with the first movie, I
Mhm.
think is actually like really well done.
Facts.
Jigsaw and Spiral and Saw X. Like Saw X is a prequel, so whatever, right? But like Jigsaw and
Yeah.
Spiral, I'm kind of like, okay, all right, maybe we're doing
Yeah.
a little much. Like maybe,
Okay,
maybe
I'll
we're
Mhm.
I'll say it like this: Spiral at least had the thing of like it was a long time after everything else.
yeah, I think
Like
it's
it
the
was
way
more,
it's in
it was the most
timeline.
recent in the timeline, so that one had the benefit, and it was like someone completely different just using old methods because of like some. I think it was either they found something about all the traps or just I don't even know. Spiral or not Spiral, Jigsaw is kind of iffier for me because it's just like it wasn't a bad movie at all. It's just like you telling me all this happened. This dude is somehow also connected, and then just
Yeah,
never
like,
mentioned before.
genuinely. It was like my
One-
OC character who actually was like behind the scenes the entire time.
Yeah, that's like the best way to describe it.
I heard.
Like-
Is it? I think what I heard was like Spiral wasn't that good, but I've heard good things about Saw X, and that was the last one, right?
Spiral is very different.
It's different because it's
It's
told
like
from the
very
perspective
different.
of the cops trying to
Like
catch
it
the killer.
exactly. It's not really like you see victims trying to escape with their lives and they either escape or they don't. It's like
Mhm.
you're under the perspective of someone trying to figure out like all of these cases going on.
So
And they did something like that before, but it was like not as big. Like the entire movie is about this.
I mean, to me, that so basically, is it like the previous movies are all kind of like what, and then like Spiral, they changed it up a bit to make it different.
Well, I think
what it felt
the
like,
previous
kinda.
movies are kind of like how do I say this? I feel like
Linear.
Saw as a story is just like one big experience. Like it's
It
just
is,
kind of
honestly.
it doesn't how do I say it? It doesn't get like repetitive, not because like the traps are different, but because it's not like a formula of hey, here's another group of death traps and that's just it. Like it's a story that's being told
and
down the movie.
they're all in different situations. Even like with the I guess formula being similar, it's told differently, but it's all part of the same linear progression. Which is why I think like low key Saw is like one of my favorite movie series because it's just such a good linear story.
Yeah,
Spiral is then when we get it's kind of like the story's all done there's really no need for the movie to exist, and it's just kind of like, yeah, what if we just had this guy who's just angry at the police force, and he just teams up with this one guy who's also like kind of like isolated within the police force because of his actions. And it's like, yeah, let's just work together and just do Saw shit together. And then it's a really weird movie. It has no correlation to any of the previous movies other than the fact that he's just doing Jigsaw stuff, which is why I think it's probably not well received as much as the
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah, my thing with horror movies, and I mean, so you're saying those work in more of like a linear style for most of it?
Yeah, I don't even
Yeah.
consider them horror movies, dude.
Okay.
They're like more action movies, if anything.
Oh, really? Yeah, for me, like
Yeah.
most horror movies, like with sequels especially, I especially see with horror, they repeat like the same things. Like it's just like, oh, we're just gonna do the same exact thing again. Like I always had like I love the original Halloween from 1978. I never actually saw. I'm trying to remember. Frick, I never saw like any of the ones that were like Halloween 2, Halloween 3, or whatever. I only saw the original, and then I jumped to the newer ones that they did like the last like 10 years. And I
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
liked 2018, but then I mean that second and third one were both like terrible.
2018 was definitely like it was definitely an experience. It was a movie.
Yeah, I kind of talked about it. I think with Khalid and Gavin when we were at the con. I don't know if I told Jesse about it. The worst movie I've seen this year is Scream 7, and it's for the same exact reasons that I was just saying. It's like it's so bad that like I liked 5 and 6, but 7, like the beginning of the movie, like literally they just repeat the same. It's like you take the first Scream, you take Sydney out of it, you put her daughter in it, and it's really bad. And the
Mm.
killer reveal is by far the worst. Like it's so badly written to the like it doesn't even make sense. And you're just sitting there like the killer, I'm not joking, I won't spoil it, but the killer you only see in like one other scene. And when they come back up, you're like, there is no way that's the killer. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, it's so, and their explanation for it is, it's like a 5-year-old wrote it. Like, it's that bad.
Or
That
it's
movie's
like
really
AI wrote it.
AI plays a part in the movie.
Mhm.
AI plays
Mhm.
plays a big part in the movie. It's really bad. It's funny.
I wouldn't say it plays a big part, but it is like
It doesn't play a. Did you watch it?
I watched like half of it
Okay.
on a website, and I couldn't deal with the movie anymore. It's a part of the plot, but it doesn't. I
But
wouldn't say it's a big part
you
of the
didn't see
movie.
the second half?
No,
Oh, it plays.
I know it gets much worse, but
It-
like
you see more people with AI in the second half of the movie. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And it's funny. I
that's
saw
unfortunate.
the new Scary Movie with Paul, and I told him afterwards. I said, "It's it's bad when the killer reveal in this makes more sense than Scream 7.
That's
Like
really-
that's how bad.
That is
And-
terrible.
well,
That's how bad the twist is in Scream 7.
I haven't watched it, mostly because I'm just not really that big into the Scream franchise. But wasn't Scream 6 well received?
I like
Mhm.
6.
It was.
Yeah, people loved Scream 6.
So they fucked it up right after that. Is it
Yeah.
Is it a continuation of 6?
No, so what happened is there's a whole controversy that happened with 7. So the main actress from 6, Melissa Barrera, she spoke in support of Palestine, and then they fired her from
Mhm.
7.
Oh,
And so
okay.
she was the main character. And so after that, I think Jenna Ortega, who was like the second main, she was the sister. Like 2 days later, they announced she left. In the article, they said it was, she had already left even before the other one was fired. She had like scheduling conflicts with Wednesday. And then a year later, she went on an interview and she said, that's bullshit. I left because they fired her. And she left in
Hey,
support of her.
ride or die, but like
And so basically, 6, Sidney Prescott wasn't even in it.
Mhm.
7, since they lost their 2 main leads from 6, they just brought Sidney Prescott back. And actually for 6, she didn't come back because I think Nev Campbell, like they offered her like a really low salary, and she's like, "Fuck this," and so that's why she didn't come back for 6. 7, after they lost their 2 leads, they were like, "All right, we're gonna, I guess, pull out the stops to give her the money she wants to come back." And yeah, it's yeah, 6, 7 is just, it's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. It's
Was the movie made with AI? Like, is that
No.
It's not like that. The
So-
movie is all like all proper special effects. The AI is part of the plot.
so
Like that's part of the killing shit is AI.
so
okay?
this wasn't even a spoiler because they announced he was coming back even before the movie came out. Matthew Lillard came back for 7.
It was like the only thing I know about the movie is that he's in
And
it.
and the
I
AI,
I love
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard too.
he was actually the only
can-
part that, even though the way they reintroduced him, like the way they brought him back was terrible, he was at least trying. Like he was the only
Yeah.
actor who seemed like he was like,
He-
"All right, I'm gonna
I
put my
have a
all into
feeling
this."
He put his all into it because the movie means so much to him. Like Scream is what started him. You know?
Oh yeah.
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 And 7 is that bad, like it. And also the director Kevin Williamson, he wrote the original Scream, and I think he wrote Scream 2 also, and I think he came back and he wrote 4. And so he wrote the Scream movies, but he only ever directed one movie, and it was, I think, some movie from 1999, something like Teaching Mrs. Tingle, I think it's called, or some shit. And so he only ever directed one movie. It wasn't even a Scream movie, and that movie came out like almost 30 years ago. And so this was his second directorial movie, and he hadn't directed a movie in like 30 years, and he only ever directed one movie.
Wow.
You
And
ever watch Matthew Lillard's directed movies? I'm sorry to cut you off. I just that
Did
thought
he-
popped in my head and
Did
I
he-
remembered
did he
how good
direct
they
a
are.
Did Matthew Lillard direct a movie?
He made like a couple films, like directed a couple films, and they're
I'll have
all
to check that
pretty
out.
good.
I'll
Like
have
he
to-
has like one bad one, but they're pretty good.
I'll have to look into that. But what I was saying with the Scream 7 thing is that, so the writer of the original movies directed 7, but he only had ever directed one movie before that, like almost 30 years ago. And you can tell there are actors who are good in the other movies who suck in 7, and I solely put that on his directing. Like, he cannot direct well. Like, it's really standardly shot. It really doesn't do it. Like I said, there's actors who, I'm watching the movie, I'm like, this performance is not good, but then I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I've seen this actor good in this role in the previous movies, and that's when the thought came to my head, like, oh, this guy just can't direct actors. Like, it's, yeah, 7's really,
shoot.
really bad.
That's interesting.
Okay. Main topic.
Should we
move
get
on?
into the main
Topic.
topic?
I would say that's a good segue into
That's
the
a
main
good
topic because we can all agree Scream went way too fucking long.
Yeah, definitely. That is a,
Yeah,
that is a
actually.
good segue.
That's a good point.
All right.
Okay.
So our main topic for today is we were discussing TV shows that, let me actually just pull up on my thing what the main idea topic was. Long-running TV shows versus short-running TV shows. So shows that went on too long, went on too short, or that ended just where they needed to end. And so that was so each of us, if I recall correctly, each of us have come up with 3 different shows, and each show covers a different thing. So there's going to be one ongoing show from each of us, and then 2 shows from each of us that are finished. One that overstayed its welcome, and one that ended just where it needed to be. So, does anyone want to go first, or do you want me to start?
Start us off, Logan.
All right, because
Yeah.
I got some weird picks.
Okay.
So should I start with the ongoing, or should I start with like the one that ended too soon?
I think maybe start with the one that ended perfectly and then go around the line and then just do a second one and then keep going instead of all 3 at once.
Oh wait, frick.
I agree.
Wait,
I
frick,
agree.
Frick.
But I think we should start with the ones that went on too long, not the ones that ended perfectly. I was gonna say we should do that one last.
You want to go on this?
Yeah.
I figured
I'm not
we'd
sure
do
about
the one that was that we hope has a good ending last, but
You know what?
I'm down
You know
for
what? That makes more sense.
Okay, yeah.
Guys,
that
so
makes
guys,
more
start-
sense.
Wait, could
Yep.
you? Okay, so I realized. This is gonna sound bad. I made a mistake.
Mhm.
Okay.
I did currently ongoing, one that went too long, but let me just see. I did one that ended too soon, not ended well.
Okay.
I mean,
I can
That's fine.
I can probably think of one though, like right off the top of my head.
Okay, we can go
okay,
down
yeah,
the line.
we'll
here
try.
for
Yeah,
pick
we'll do
somebody
that
else
then.
then.
All right. So could one of you go first? I'll look it up really quick. I'll probably find one quickly.
So just to
which one are we going
rehash though, we're doing too long, perfect ending last, and then no, it was too long, perfect ending, and then we finish off with currently ongoing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, all right, Jesse, take it away.
Actually, okay.
Jesse.
All right, I'll start us off then. My show that I picked that I think overstayed its welcome. I remember, I think Logan mentioned this show like once in one of the episodes, but I don't think anyone else has seen it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I actually decided Community overstayed its welcome.
I've only seen like a little bit of the first season.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
why-
I've never
why do
even
you-
heard of
Yes.
Community.
You've never heard
neither.
of Community?
No.
Neither have I.
What?
Then I'll explain it to y'all. Community is a show about this lawyer who never actually finished school and never actually had a degree in law.
Oh, so Suits.
Kind of, but it's a comedy. And so to get his degree, he goes to a community college, and essentially he forms a study
Okay.
group with like these other group of people who are all in like different stages of life. And it's overall, it's not a bad comedy show. I honestly like really liked it. For the first 3 seasons, it was really good. Season 4, it was like it wasn't bad, but like it was definitely a little iffier compared to the first 3 seasons. And then 4 is like when he graduates and gets his actual degree. But the overall thing of the show is like he's a terrible person, and like he cheated his way through life, and like he like learned at the school to like be a better person essentially. And then like once he finally graduated, he was like, man, like he was honestly scared to go back because like he thought that being a lawyer again would like undo all his growth as a person. But then it like ended with like, no, because like
Oh.
we think you can do it. And it's just like, no, it's like we know like you're better now, so like you're not gonna like fall into that same trap again. And so it ends like he graduates finally, and like they're all still there, but like it ended like well. And then season 5 starts with him finding out that like he tried to start his own like law firm, and it just didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like literally one of those things where it's like this season probably did not even need to happen because like he ended up having to go back to the school. Not even like for a degree or anything. He had to get a job there as a teacher. And that's like one of the first signs like, okay, yeah, like high key, we could have just ended at 4, but I mean, they kept it going. And it seemed like an interesting premise, but then it's like characters from the original seasons started leaving the show. And then it's like one of those things where they start replacing characters and like putting not replacing, adding new characters, and they try to fill the void of like yeah guys, we're all friends when like we've only known like half of the group for 2 months as opposed to y'all who I've known for like 4 years. And it's just like, yeah, like as much as I liked Community, even in the later seasons, I honestly think it should have ended at season 4.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The way you described that reminded me a lot of CW Flash.
Oh
When,
my
like,
gosh, I
when,
didn't even
like-
think of that.
Holy shit! Right? Why didn't I think of that?
I was gonna put CW Flash down as my answer, but I never finished it, so I didn't feel like I was worthy.
Okay.
No.
But like
God,
when like
it was right
Cisco
there.
left or Caitlyn left, and they're bringing in these other characters to fill the gap of, oh hey, here's our new character who's supposed to be like the comedic relief, but he doesn't have the relationship you built of the last one who was here for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
Ralph. Sorry, that's just me. All right, my bad, bro. My bad.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think Ralph was a terrible character. Like, I think he would have been fine if Cisco stuck around at least. And then
Mhm.
obviously the actor got fired, and that was the whole thing. But
Oh yeah, I remember
Cisco
that.
got fired?
Wasn't he?
no. The guy who played Ralph got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Uh,
So your answer was Community, you said, right?
Yeah, that was my answer.
I found my show. It's
Is
kind
this
of,
for? Well, hold on. Is this is running too long?
I mean, for the for ended well.
Yeah, save
We'll
that.
we'll
Save
save
that for
that for
that.
when we
Okay.
get
Save
to
that for that
there,
one.
Okay.
and then yeah.
So for Community, I don't know if you really, because I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch a whole. Like I said, I watched maybe a little bit of the first season. I don't know if you mentioned him, but because I mean, Khalid and Gavin, where you two were saying you've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's probably the most.
And like the
it's,
way Jesse described it sounds like a good show.
it's
But
It
if
is.
they
I think
ruined
this
it-
was like I think this was like one of Donald Glover's like.
that's what I was
main,
just
like,
about to say. This kicked off his
Oh.
career.
Yeah, this is
That
what got
really
Donald Glover
this was like
famous.
where people first like recognized him.
Wow.
That's what
okay.
kind of the show's probably the most well known for. Another thing is it was also well known for getting canceled constantly. It was one of those shows where it was canceled, I think 2 seasons in, and then they fans like kept on demanding it to come back. And the last season, it wasn't even on the network. I think it was like a Yahoo original or some shit. Like that's how
Yahoo.
like
Oh
yeah,
my
not-
gosh.
Yahoo has originals.
that was the only one people really knew because that was a show that was
Oh
also
my
the Russo
gosh.
brothers did a good amount of that. That's kind of where they not got their start, but they were pretty involved in that from what I remember.
Wow.
And so yeah, but it's well known for Donald Glover, and then also that's the show because Chevy Chase was on it for a bit, and that's the show that the story started to come out about like how much of an asshole he is. There's
Yeah.
a whole Jesse, I don't know if you know about this. You can correct me. I don't know if I'm getting this 100% right, but there was a whole incident where he called Donald Glover the N-word on set.
I wouldn't doubt if that were true, honestly, because
I believe, and then that's when I think like at the rap party, I think like all the crew and cast besides him wore shirts. I could be getting this wrong. Where all the crew and cast besides Chevy were wearing shirts that said like "fuck Chevy Chase" on them at the rap party for the last season he was in. Yeah, and then and even outside of that, like all the cast members were like, he is a terrible person.
yeah, they just didn't like him, I'm pretty sure. And that was the funny thing is like his character in Community like was essentially supposed to be like this older guy like who's like racist and like kind of like problematic with a lot of people.
So him.
And then just like yeah, essentially like literally everyone would say like it was literally just him. Like and it was just yeah, it was
I think
a
I
lot.
saw Joel McHale was on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, and I see like clips of it. Sometimes I vaguely remember he was talking about like it was so heartbreaking because I loved him. Like he was like one of my inspirations as an actor, and then he's like the biggest asshole you'll ever meet. Like he was like it was so heartbreaking, but yeah, he was like everyone was so sick of him, like just hated him. Yeah, and so Community is your answer.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone want to go next before me?
Well, Gavin was already going. Might as well let him
Oh,
continue.
Gavin.
I think a show. Originally, I was gonna say Game of Thrones. But not main series Game of Thrones, just the spin-offs. But I have since changed my answer to Shameless. I think Shameless had a phenomenal 4 or 5 opening seasons, and then it kind of it went too far with the I have a really shitty family trope. And that was kind of everyone's character. It was just, oh yeah, everyone's just a really shitty person. Until like season 10. Like between seasons 5 and 10, the show was kind of pointless to me. But then seasons 10 and 11, when people start like growing as characters, I think it's another phenomenal show. But it's
Okay. Can I? Is this the show about like the drug empire and whatnot?
No.
I can't remember.
No, that
Shameless is about of like very like it's about a family of like being raised by like their eldest daughter essentially.
Oh,
because the dad is an alcoholic who gets arrested all the time, and then the mom is a fucking drug addict who bounced.
okay.
But there's like fucking 15 kids in this family living. I don't mean I don't use this word in an offensive way. Living in the fucking slums, like.
But yeah, they're poor and like they live in the ghetto. So and it's like
Where
the
or
oldest daughter. Like
how many seasons are there? Because
12.
you said like
11.
11, and
12 seasons of this shit.
there's 12 seasons of the show.
yeah,
Wow.
and it's bad because like I think at one point the the main one who was raising them, like the main actress, I think Fiona is her character's name, right? She
Mhm.
left at some point. I don't remember when she left, but she left the show
Um,
at some point.
yeah, it was like I think it was like 2 seasons after she had her kid.
She had her own kid.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Debbie. Debbie got
Debbie left the
pregnant.
show.
No, Debbie got pregnant. She didn't leave the show. She's the one who had the kid.
Yeah, I was about to
She,
say. Okay.
I don't remember when they left. Honestly,
But,
it's been a
but
while since I've watched this show.
I haven't
What
even
kind
seen all
of
of it. But yeah, it's just
what kind
this
of
is
stuff
the thing.
happens in this show to like hook like engagement or like viewer engagement?
Well, the way I took the show was I was like, okay, when I watched the first season, I'm like, this is a ragtag bunch of fucking rugrats with so much potential for character development because they are literally at rock bottom. This could turn into some of the best character growth you could ever see. But then they had like I said before, they just kept being shitty people to be shitty people. And like some of the shit they did as a shitty person is really justified. But it's like
And your argument is it is like the shitty people stuff happened in that whole void period of just bad
yeah, like
seasons.
you had a couple seasons of really good like growth because like when these people started acting in the show, they were genuinely like 5 or 6 years old.
I'm about to
So
say a lot of them were like children, like
they were
teenagers.
very
That's the
young
oldest.
actors,
Oh,
and like
okay.
you genuinely see them grow up through the 11 seasons because the show took place over like 11 years. I think it was a season per year. And the whole thing is like, oh, these people, they're growing up, going through school, this, that. And then I'm like, my favorite character in the show, mind you, Carl,
White boy
just
Carl.
had White Boy Carl, the goat.
Oh, it's that show.
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that is shameless. But he has a whole
Okay.
arc. It's like a whole season where he just decides to, he's in juvie, he gets out of juvie, and then he just decides to be a fucking like street thug at the ripe age of 13. I'm like,
Okay.
like you're just making them make shitty things to do shitty things, and then comes season 10, like they've all whipped into shape. Like Carl went to military school, and I'm like, genuinely, they all started like doing good for themselves, and I'm like, that's when the show becomes a 10 out of 10 for me. But before that, it low key was bad.
Okay.
I always get that show mixed up. I don't know why. It's the dumbest thing because I'm familiar with it, but I always get that show mixed up with. Frick, hold on. There was. What's it called?
And yeah, this is like the show where he's like with the police officer dad with the
Yes.
daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch that. I've seen too many clips of this show.
I remember starting the first season and then just like I don't know why I stopped. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Shameless is another like okay. It's not bad from what I've seen, but it's also like a very unhinged like
Oh, the show
show
has
because
there's not a single filter in the show.
yeah,
That's
because
another thing. Like you'll like one of the characters in the show is 14 and she's pregnant with a kid.
well that's just because like she grew up on the streets and that's the thing. No, yeah,
Well,
but
that's
yeah,
what I'm
like it's
saying, but
well,
you
that's
would
the thing. Yeah, it
never
does
see
back up.
that now because people would fucking they would lose
Oh,
their
like on
fucking
TV.
mind at a
Yeah,
director
yeah.
for doing something like that.
When did
Yeah.
Shameless come out?
Like
20 it was like 2009 to 2018 or something.
Oh,
2019,
wow.
2020.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It ended during COVID.
Yeah, it ended during COVID.
So it probably came out like 2010.
Okay.
Oh, but that just reminded me because like what I was trying to say is like because like there's this one character in Shame. He's like the second oldest brother, I'm pretty sure. The redhead one, Ian, right? Gavin.
Oh, Ian is amazing.
So So he's a good character, not gonna lie. He's also gay, and like he keeps that a secret from his family for a while. But it's on him. It's crazy because like he worked at like a convenience store because like they got to help support the family, and then bro was like groomed by like the owners who was like smashing him on the side when he had a whole wife and family. Like one of the scenes of like the beginning of the show is like he's about to talk to the oldest brother's about to talk to Ian because he started suspecting it. Come to like he literally caught them in the act in the store.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's like weird because like bro was like 13 or something, and like obviously the owner is like a whole grown man.
I honestly respect it. That takes a lot of guts to. I
To
mean,
put
I
in a
guess I'm thinking
fucking
of
TV
today's
show.
standards, but yeah,
Exactly.
it takes a lot of guts. What's that one show where the guy gets his like a broom put up his ass?
What?
13 Reasons
13
Why.
Reasons Why.
13 Reasons
Oh
Why.
my gosh,
okay.
I've never seen that show, but my mother, when she was,
Phenomenal show.
Oh, it was great.
I've
Phenomenal
heard the
show.
first season's great, then it's terrible after that.
No, 'cause I think season 2 was
I
great
like the
too.
show all the. I think season 2 is
Really?
better than season 1.
Real,
Season 3 was kind of mid, but other than
because
that, the show was
I could be
amazing.
I could be
You know
wrong.
what? I agree.
I could be wrong, but I think that show was originally only supposed to be a miniseries, and then once it became
It was
was,
supposed
yeah.
to be one episode.
And
It was
that-
only supposed to be one season.
that's
Yeah.
always like I said, I've always heard the first season's great, and then after that it got terrible. Like I said, the fact that the three of you say you like it shocks me because I've always heard seasons 2 through whatever were terrible.
Well, I don't think Khalid's seen.
I was about
Okay,
to say I've
okay.
never watched it.
All right, Gavin and Jesse. Then I don't know why I thought all three of you,
Mhm.
but I was just
Mhm.
heard about that show recently because while my mom she had to stay at my grandparents' house for like a month or so after she had her surgery, just because she couldn't be around the dog. So she watched a lot of TV, and that was one of the shows she
Mhm.
watched, and she was telling me about it. I remember when that came out, and I remember all like the controversy around it. Like there was just so much talk about it, and there was like I think like places were banning it or some shit because I mean obviously the subject matter is very like I've never seen the show, but I'm very familiar with what it's about.
It is a very dark show.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
It is
just
but
by the
it
premise.
was also such a great story because like it tackled such a serious issue and like the effects it has on like
Mhm.
all those
Mhm.
involved, which is why
Oh
like
yeah, it
even
doesn't.
the
It
later
doesn't hold back
seasons.
from being like. What's the word? It doesn't hold back, but it doesn't hold back in a way that is both like overbearing but realistic.
Yeah,
I don't know. I remember watching that shit as a ripe fucking 13-year-old, maybe young as
Ooh.
fuck.
that is like around when it
that's-
came out. I actually
2017,
watched it
2016?
recently, like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I would not be opposed to rewatching that show actually.
after you
I
two guys
saw
after you guys talking
the
about it, I
first-
might have to
yeah.
check it out because
Yeah,
I-
same.
I've
It's
always
a great
I always
show.
had an interest
I'm
in
mad
seeing
I
the
didn't
first
think
season.
about that for one of my answers now because I actually really like 13 Reasons Why.
But I can also understand like the idea of it technically
Mhm.
going on too long though.
Oh yes, yes.
Like
yes, yes,
technically
yes.
season 3 and 4 really didn't need to happen.
They didn't need to happen. 1
But
and
at the
2
same
was
time,
amazing.
I don't think they were bad seasons at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them bad, but I would call them unnecessary.
It's like the Toy Story 4 syndrome of like, was it a bad movie? No, not
I
at
think
all. Was it necessary? Not at all.
I'm in a minority.
Not at all.
I'm not. Well, two things.
Oh,
One, I've heard
yeah.
nothing but great things about 5, which comes
Oh,
out.
really?
I watched a review of someone who said 1 through 3 are great, 4 is okay, and 5 goes right back to where the first 3 were. So was someone I trust online.
I
who
hope
reviewed it.
so.
Mhm.
Said I cried through 1 through 3, didn't cry at 4, cried again at 5, which I disagree with because I bawled my eyes out during the end of 4. But I don't think I like all of them except Lightyear, but that doesn't count. But I like all the Toy Story movies. And it's 4. I remember I bawling my eyes
Does
out. during
Lightyear
4.
count?
Lightyear does not count. That movie does not.
I
count.
don't think so.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
really like that movie.
I did not. I thought it was
I
bad.
still haven't seen Lightyear.
But
I really liked it. I thought it was like low key. I thought it was a breath of fresh air from fucking DreamWorks.
from Pixar,
Because don't know why I said DreamWorks. I'm
I was
sorry.
about to say. By the way,
I'm
who's
tweaking.
by the way, who's looking forward to fucking Shrek 5
But yeah.
Wait, that's
I'm
actually
excited.
is that actually coming?
next year? Zendaya's
Yeah,
voicing.
Wait.
yeah, no, that's a real movie.
Zendaya's voicing his daughter.
Wait, I gotta find. There was a YouTuber like years ago who was like doing a video where he was like eating an onion until the next Shrek movie was announced. I didn't realize the next Shrek movie was announced. I feel like I have to go
Oh,
find that.
dude, it was announced like a year ago.
Yeah,
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Wait, he's done
You
eating
didn't know
onions. Oh no!
It was-
I didn't know.
it was supposed to come
He's
out.
done having stank ass breath.
It was supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed to next year.
Yeah.
And okay, so I just thought of that because I read something that said there was like a rumor going around, and I heard this was possibly why it was delayed another year. Originally, it was supposed to be. I don't know if this is true or not. Don't take this with a grain of salt. It was supposed to be a CG live action hybrid where
Ugh.
Shrek goes to the real
Why?
world, and there was going to be I don't know if this is true or not, but it was saying that Lord Farquaad ran Universal Studios. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's just, if that's true, that's
That would have been abysmal.
I hope that's
that
not
would have
true.
been
That would
terrible.
have been so
I
bad.
hope that's not true.
Dude, that's pretty much just the fucking SpongeBob live action movie.
Well, hold on now. That movie was
From
goated.
Captain from
I
the
liked
one guy's perspective.
I like Sponge Out of Water. The news one was terrible. The what was that movie? What was that?
Bro, that literally just sounds like fucking Smosh the movie.
Smosh the movie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Smosh the movie. It was certainly a movie.
I thought you were about to defend Smosh the movie.
No.
You
Well, hold on,
right?
hold on. I had to leave for literally 3 seconds and came back to Smosh the movie disrespect. I will defend that movie.
No. Okay.
Hell?
I'll say it like this. Smosh. I don't think it's like. Obviously, I didn't expect anything great from Smosh the movie, right?
No one does.
But at the same time, considering like what Smosh was and when they made the movie and like the budget,
Oh, that shit was pioneering.
it was I was about to say it was a
peak, bro.
pioneer for the time. I think the only reason I didn't have as much appreciation for the Smosh movie is because I didn't watch that John until like 5 years after it came out because I could not find anywhere to watch it at first, and I wasn't trying to buy the film.
I'm about to watch Smosh the movie now, but that's. I remember the poster. Isn't it the poster like the two of them high-fiving each other in front of the Hollywood sign? It looks like the most green screen looking.
Well, that's the point, bro. That's the
I was
charm.
about to say-
Come on.
I'm about to say it's part of Smosh's brand though. Like
I forgot
pretty
that movie
Prime
was,
Smosh.
I forgot that movie was even a thing.
I don't even know if anybody has watched Angry Video Game Nerd ever
Yes.
in their lives.
Yes.
Yes, I
He
have.
had he had a movie too,
Yeah,
and
I
that
never
movie
saw
was
that.
also great.
What is that? The,
We
is
don't
that,
talk about the Logan Paul movie.
Khalid, is that the one where he reviews ET?
Yes,
Okay, I never saw it, but I've seen like clips from it.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I used to watch Angry Video Game Nerd all the time. Him
Sometimes
and,
I'll pop into his channel, Cinemassacre, and be like, "Hey,
him- him and Nostalgia Critic I used to watch a lot.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, I used to watch those
But-
guys. And then they crossed over a few times, but yeah. But I never saw the Angry Video Game Nerd movie. I've seen like clips from it. though.
Oh, yo, this is random. Y'all saw Oliver Tree died?
Oliver Tree died."
Yeah, he died in
Oliver Tree
no.
died. He was in a helicopter
Two
crash.
people died. Another
Wait,
so there was a helicopter crash earlier today. Oliver Tree died, but there was another like famous YouTuber who died. It was a plane, and it sounds like there might have been multiple internet
It
personalities
was an
on
in-air.
that
It was an
plane.
in-air collision during like a concert.
So hold on.
It was today?
Yeah, it was earlier
This was
today.
like 6 hours ago.
Let me pull up the other guy because he was one, and then there was another like internet personality who died in the same crash. Who was it? Let me pull it up.
Like the life goes on and on and on guy.
Yeah, he died.
What?
Don't
YouTuber Gatsby also died in the same crash. That's
Never heard of them.
Okay,
But like,
I just read that. I don't know why it says he had 2.8 million subscribers. I don't know. I just thought maybe like there was like multiple internet people on that plane. But yeah, I heard about
No,
Oliver Tree.
that's insane.
Bro,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it happened just like like Gavin said, like 6 hours ago. I remember reading it.
Yeah. How do we even segue back into topic after
Bro,
that?
see, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm never air traveling. Like, bro, it's shit like this. It's just like, no,
Oh yeah, that's right. You
no,
were just talking about you don't like air traveling.
hate planes, all that shit.
Okay,
Fuck off.
so is Khalid next?
I'll go
Yeah,
next.
you'd be next. Yeah.
Though I'm
Okay.
pretty sure literally everybody here knows what I'm gonna say. So that's
Mm,
interesting.
Might as well talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might
rip
as
the
well.
rip the bandage off. So, my favorite show of all time is Doctor Who.
Okay.
And I have several bias reasons for saying that. But in this case, actually, I don't know if Gav knows this. I told Jesse, but Logan had sent me a message. I don't know
Yes, I did.
when,
It was.
but
I
the
think it was
Christmas
Wednesday.
special is canceled.
What?
Oh, Gav,
We're not
Yeah.
getting it.
Oh, there's a whole thing behind this. There's a lot of stuff going
I
on with
just
Doctor Who
sat
right
the
now.
fuck up in my chair. Let me open Google.
Gav,
Yeah,
no,
we're not
cooked.
we're not getting it, bro.
So
Yeah, we're not
Khalid,
getting that Christmas special.
Khalid, I read that it's not coming back for at least like 3 years, and like they're struggling.
Logan,
to-
we
Oh
know
my
this.
No,
God,
We've
that's
known
exactly
this.
what
We're-
happened 10 years ago.
I'm about to say we're
Bro,
not getting Doctor Who back for decades.
It's raps, bro. I'm so sad. I don't.
Oh
I'll
my
have. I have grown-up children before I
God.
get another Doctor Who episode.
We'll have
But
to get the kids to gather nigh as we watch as it revives and have them
You want to know
So-
why it was delayed,
inherit the
Khalid?
task of watching.
why was it delayed?
Because Russell T Davis left the
I
show.
know Russell T
Yeah,
Davis
yeah,
left.
Russell
He
T.
needed
Davis
to
left.
go. We needed his ass
Yeah,
gone. But
honestly, we needed him gone. No offense, bro, but like,
Stephen Moffat, bro,
Stephen
please,
Moffat, come back and save the Christmas
please,
special.
bro. But for context, again, two of the three people here have actually seen the show. Well, I guess two of the four people,
excluding
sorry,
me.
or three of the four. But the show is essentially an alien time travels, goes around, fixes issues, whatever. Multiple actors plays the character, and they bring different roles and personalities to it, and different, dramatic events that go on, and yada yada. In the note of bringing up this Christmas special canceling, Doctor Who once before went through a similar event where the seventh Doctor never really had a final episode because the show got canceled. Wasn't doing very well in sales, and the majority of this problem comes from the sixth actor to play the role. While he himself was not a bad actor, he's actually my favorite of the classic era. His show took on a darker, more villainous approach, and it did not do well with the audience of the time period who wanted heroes and stuff instead of just like people just doing bad things and getting good results like an anti-hero. And we kind of went through a similar crisis once more with this current era of Doctor Who going on, which is why it's very saddening. But what I want to say, I guess, in regards to the show dragging on is is rather more so because I think the show actually had a perfect stopping point, which they then continued unnecessarily throughout it. So the general consensus is that every one of these aliens, because it's a different, like it's a bunch of them, it's a race of them. They have 12 life like cycles. So every time they die, one comes, like they change their appearance, whatever, and moves on. They can do it 12 times before that's it. It's like a cat with 9 lives. And we go through the show. There's a weird numbering incidents where the 11th is actually the 12th because of besides the point. But we end up getting another cycle where the 12th Doctor of the show is essentially the first Doctor of a second cycle. And at this point in time, he's so exhausted with all the things he's had to go through throughout his entire lifetime. And he's at a point where he thinks it's just better off if he's not there, just ended and whatnot. And he has his final episode is more time travel stuff where he ends up meeting the first incarnation of himself, who also does not want to continue because he wants to die as he is. And this version of him is telling his older, or I guess younger self, that if he doesn't proceed onwards, then all of the events that led up to him and all the good he does just gets erased. He literally needs to keep on going, which is hypocritical in and of itself. And we get this nice episode where, you know, a lot of banter is going on and they're going through all this stuff and yada yada. And eventually it comes down to one nice miracle where they essentially just helped a group of people during a war, during the First World War, not kill each other. And the character, the 12th version of him, who has already been tired of everything that's going on, decides that, like, maybe one more go at it isn't the worst thing in the world, because he does do good for people. And I think the actor who played the character, who is also the biggest fan of the franchise, who played the character, incorporated literally every aspect of every version of him prior. He was, in my opinion, literally the perfect Doctor. And I think with him ending off and going into, you know, the second version of this next cycle is exactly where they should have ended it. You would have obviously kept the belief that he's going to continue doing what they've always been doing. We didn't need to see it. It wrapped up literally the entire arc that we've been going through up to this point. And I think it's best because he did not die from some grandiose finale like every other version of him has. He died saving a group of non-important people at all, which was the entire point of the character. We went from a first version of him who did not care for people to a version who was willing to die for like 5 people. And I just think as a character arc, that's just where the show should have ended. But we didn't. We moved on. We had a girl, and we had a writer who just fucked up the entire story. He backtracked on a lot of things that did not need backtracking on. There is a big arc with a planet, his own home planet, that he had to destroy, and then you learn that he saved, and then the writer just goes, yeah, let's just fucking blow it up again. For no fucking reason. Like, and it's just permanent this time. They did this arc where they turned the character of the Doctor, which was supposed to be like relatively an unimportant person in the grand scheme of his race, who just chose to rebel and do his own thing and eventually learn to help people. And to some, oh yeah, he's actually like the creator of the race. He's the first person. And they found him and extracted his DNA, and it just expanded. And I genuinely just feel like the show wrote itself into a corner. Especially with the last reveal of the Doctor. And in the same way that Seven was the last like Doctor before the show got canceled because of the actions of Six, I think this show got canceled with 15 as the last one as a result of the actions of 14 or 15 at the 15 and 16 being the canceled one. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take on it. It's a shame, and I love the show to death, even when it's ass. But like, I don't think we're getting another Doctor Who for a while, boys. I don't think we're getting one.
You know what? Like,
for a really
at this
long time.
point, would we even want Doctor Who to go further?
Look, I feel like
don't
if we
have a
just
conclusion.
look, I just feel like let's just take the regeneration scene with Ncuti Gatwa and just fucking deepfake some other actor on it, please. And then we like if we want to continue, let's just do that, bro.
It could have been anyone. It could have been anyone. Billy Piper should not.
I'm like, holy, let the arc go. Fuck. Sorry.
RTD, bro. Move on. It's been decades.
I just looked it up. There's in total 892 episodes across all the
Yep, and
That's
I've
a lot.
watched basically all of them.
Good.
Do you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? If I got this right, because when did Doctor Who start? The
And
Like
Doctor Who
1963.
is
the six-
Doctor Who. Fun fact is the longest. Well, I guess it's not running anymore, but it was the longest running sci-fi show of all time.
So
And it just
what's
ended.
crazy is that started in what, the 60s, and that's 892 episodes. I don't know why this came
Yeah.
to my, I don't know why this just came to my mind. The Simpsons started in 89, and that has about the same amount of episodes at over
Wow.
800.
Well, The Simpsons was also a cartoon that started back in like what the 90s and hasn't
89.
stopped.
It's been going ever since. And Doctor Who,
Yeah, Doctor Who
went
had
in
like a
and out.
big
Had
gap
breaks.
of time where there was like no content.
Yeah, they went in and out. And my
There's also a lot of missing episodes.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
that's
just about to say. I always heard that about Doctor Who, is that there's like episodes that you can't even watch that are like missing. They
Marco
anymore.
Polo, let's get it, please. Can we
People-
get the
people-
episode? Thanks.
People just recently found like a couple of them. Like they were like, someone said they like found like DVDs from their grandparents' house or some shit
Or like
recently,
VHS,
and it
or
was like
something.
it had to be, yeah, like really old tapes, and
Where
it
they
had
had
to
to
be like
record. It couldn't have been
verified
DVDs.
and all this shit.
Well, the issue with coming out having like some of these discs, is because the BBC threw them out. So if you have any of the older episodes that should be lost, it's like you
Technically
stole them.
theft.
You stole them. Yeah, you should not have them, which is why people don't come out. It's a shame. It's a shame, especially because I'm like one of, I'm sure, like 4 still living people who actually started the show with the first episode. But whatever,
Yeah,
it's okay. Well,
because me and Gavin did not start with the original classic Doctor Who.
Mm-mm.
I held this firm belief when I was younger. I still hold it today, where you have to experience the original of anything before looking at sequels or remakes or reboots. And when I was younger, I really wanted to watch the modern Who, and I couldn't because I was episodes upon episodes behind it. So I started with the first one and I fucking hated it. That shit was one of the worst viewing experiences of my life. I had the attention span of like a fucking fly, bro. And it took me months just to get past the first era of that character. The rest came a lot easier. And the further down I got, the more I enjoyed it and the faster I watched it.
Mhm.
And I guess one of the reasons I feel very strongly about where it should have ended is because by the time I caught up to the show, finally, that was the active actor playing the role of the character. So as the episodes were coming out, I was watching them live. So when it came time for him to die, having watched the entire show up to this point, it was just like one of the most surreal experiences that I've had watching a show. Love the show to death.
Okay, then. I was surprised when I saw you at the convention. We were going to the convention. I heard how big you and Gavin both were Doctor Who fans, and I don't know why that surprised me. Never really like on my radar.
To be fair, it wasn't
Most
on
people
ours
don't
either
because
until
it's not an American show.
yeah.
True.
I went my entire life without being able to talk to a single soul about this show because nobody fucking watched Doctor Who. So when I finally was like, Gav being hella interested because of some TikToks he was seeing, I was like, all right,
I
we can
also
watch
had
it.
previously watched Doctor Who episodes, but it
Oh,
was
okay, I
like
didn't-
one-offs that I saw on TV. Remember we talked about when I was like
Okay.
13 years old and I watched Blink, not knowing it was a like Doctor
Oh,
Who
yeah, you did
episode,
watch
and then I explained it to you and all that shit.
So
Like
Gav had
I previously watched the show before I actually fully watched it. It's
Yeah.
probably starting about a year and a half ago now. And I
He had a
never knew what the fuck it
returning interest.
was. And I saw the clip on TikTok and I was like, oh wait, this is from Doctor Who.
Yep.
And then I found out Doctor Who was this huge expansive thing. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. And then that's when I learned Khalid really liked the show. Fucking dude.
It's
I
really
did
long,
not
but if
think.
you have
I did
the
not.
time, if you have the time, it is such a good investment.
Holy shit, Logan! When I tell you, it was like the image with the shooting basketball at the planet. Like, like there is no
The
way in hell
biggest.
these two were gonna like this show. Was my
Oh my
thought.
gosh.
And as we got further into the show and we started approaching the point where I personally think the show got like really good as far as modern era went, I was like, hold on, guys, just pump it out, please. We're almost there.
I don't think Khalid even fully gets that. Like me and Gavin were already kind of like intrigued by it by the first episode of Modern. So for context,
Dude, like I loved
it's like
Chris, watching Chris.
I'm gonna say
Now,
Chris was
but now
great.
thinking back to Chris, he's low key doo doo shit. Okay,
No, no,
You
no.
literally.
Listen. Like, yeah, it's true. But at the same time, we gotta thank him for like walking
he
so
was
that
a
everyone else can
pioneer,
run.
man.
Yes, like bro.
Oh, yeah.
It was such a great experience.
Such a
Honestly.
legend.
All right, Logan. What we
Okay.
got?
So on my end, I thought about it because for Went On Too Long, there are definitely a lot of contenders. One of the
Mhm.
Okay.
first, so there were two I almost picked, but I didn't. One I debated because, well, even though I didn't like the last season, I liked all the ones beforehand. I more so just think it's because the last season wasn't done as well. And for me, that was How I Met Your Mother. I love that show, but the
Oh,
I
last
thought you was
okay,
finna say
okay,
Stranger
okay.
Things.
I love the whole show, but that last season where they stretch out the wedding over a 48-hour long wedding over 22 episodes is just so bad. But I like the show up until that final season, and it's not because I thought it went on too long. It's just because I wish the final season was done better. So I really didn't think that fit the criteria. So I didn't pick that one. I also, although I agree, I think that this went too long. I almost picked Cobra Kai, but I was
Oh my gosh.
That
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
definitely went too long.
yeah.
What are
It
you
because
definitely
talking
did.
about?
the first 4 seasons I think are all like equal quality, and then like 5 and 6 are just like, all right, guys, this
Yeah,
is just going on way too long. Like it was novel in the first couple seasons, bringing everybody back, but it's also that show too. It's such melodrama that when you stretch it out over 6 seasons, it's just like,
yeah.
all right, guys, this wrap it up. And then it also didn't help that the movie that followed it up wasn't that good either. The Karate Kid Legends was not that good,
You
and
didn't
that
like
was
Karate
I
Kid
didn't. I
Legends?
didn't even watch that shit.
I thought Karate Kid Legends was pretty good.
not bad. I wouldn't say bad, not bad, but I didn't think it was all that good. So, but I thought about it. I talked to someone else too. I was at my cousin's graduation party, and I was telling my uncle about this topic, and I threw out this show, and he agreed too. He's like, "Oh yeah, I agree." And so this is the one I picked. I love
Mhm.
this show, but the moment Michael Scott left The Office,
Uh,
those last 2 seasons, I was
Okay.
just thinking about it. I was like, going back and thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I love that show. The first 7 seasons, basically up until Michael Scott leaves. But to me, thinking about it again, the problem with that show is that he is basically like the appeal of the show. Like he's like what I mean, obviously you have all the other characters going on, but like him at the center of it, like just makes it usually that's where like a lot of the best comedy comes from and where a lot of the best situations come from. That just thinking about it too, like how many times like after that they had a couple episodes where they tried to have Will Ferrell come in as the new boss, and then just they were just going back and forth of trying different things, and they finally brought in James Spader as the boss, and his whole character was really, what was it, Robert California or whatever, was really weird. And then that whole last 2 seasons of that show was just kind of like, all right, this is without, it just showed without this character, this show just did not really, need to go on much longer. And I mean, thankfully they ended it 2 seasons later, because I'm pretty sure they even knew like, all right, these ratings are going down because the appeal of the show and kind of what held it together is basically gone. And then obviously the last episode they bring him back for a scene, which I remember liking the finale. But yeah, that was a show. Just remembering back because I love that show. But I saw it once and I've never seen it again. But I see it obviously when reruns come on TV and stuff. And that was just the one to me where I thought about it and I was like, Yeah, the show that I love that show, but those
Mm.
last couple seasons after Michael Scott left, it was just not. It just felt like a shell of what it was. That was
And
what I
Michael
came to.
Scott, that's the guy played by
That's the-
Steve Carell,
That's
right?
Steve Carell, yeah.
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 No.
Yeah, okay.
No, God, please, no. No.
No.
No.
I was about to say, like, literally,
Oh.
like, the icon
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
Office.
Every meme you see about that show, 95% of them is him. Like, let's just
No,
be real.
I actually feel like I want to argue a point there, because while I do agree that him leaving dampened The Office, I feel like if anybody left, The Office would have lost a lot of its charm.
True.
Like, I don't think
because
it's just him.
Because that ensemble is so good, and like the band, and like one of them leaves, and feel like if they had, I agree with you, if they had replaced Jim or Pam, same thing would happen. Like it just would have felt off. And so I agree with you there.
It's
Like,
the
imagine
fact that they
Dwight-
replaced
like,
him
imagine
is why
Dwight
the
got a
Office
whole
got bad
different-
again.
Oh yeah,
That's my
Dwight.
take.
If Dwight
If
had
they
left,
didn't- If they didn't replace Michael, he wouldn't. The show wouldn't have gone down. If Dwight became the manager instead, or something like that, the
That
show
could've
would have
worked.
continued being just as fucking good. But it's the fact that they tried to replace him.
yeah, that's the thing. Like
Mm.
recalling back to it, I
You
was
know
just
what? That's facts.
I was just remembering like all of these different things where
No,
I
I
remember.
feel out of the loop.
Wasn't there like a whole? I remember there was like a whole.
You haven't seen The
episode-
Office?
I honestly couldn't get into The Office.
Okay.
That's-
I
got
tried-
bullied into watching it.
I remember trying, and like I got through like a little bit of season 1, but
Season 1
I
is
just-
the weakest. Season
Yeah.
2 is really where it picks up. That's where like a lot
maybe
of the,
maybe I'll give it another attempt.
some of the most
then.
iconic episodes. Like season 2 was Booze Cruise. I really like. There's a couple of iconic ones from even season 1. I like Diversity Day a bit, and that was the second episode. Like that's where it kind of started.
Such a good fucking episode.
That's where it started finding its footing, and then season 2 is like when it really started to kick in, and it kind of started to hold. And so yeah, that was just it was more so the fact, and I agree. Gavin said, and I agree. It's the fact that they tried to replace him, and they just tried so many different things, like Will Ferrell coming in for a couple episodes. I remember the whole thing where they did a whole episode where they were like auditioning, or interviewing different candidates, and they were all like celebrities. Like if you go, I remember like Jim Carrey was one of them, and they just basically, it felt like, all right, every celebrity like that we can get for this, let's just have them come in this episode where they're interviewing to find a new boss. Fun fact, actually, I just remembered this. I've seen like YouTubes and stuff. Did you know that Seth Rogen originally auditioned for Dwight?
Really?
Did not
Yeah.
know that. No.
I came across, if you can find like old audition tapes, and that was what, 2005? So that was before like he kind of popped off with 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up and stuff like that.
I don't think I can imagine that.
Dwight being Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard. I'm like thinking of some goofy Dwight scenes.
Just,
I'm
And
like,
it's
a rivalry
I-
with Jim and
it's just
like,
Seth
the
Rogen.
Force.
And it's
His
not even like
goofy
one of
eyes.
those. It's not even like one of those things where it's like, oh, he was like you hear about, oh yeah, he could have played him. Like there's actually, like if you go on YouTube, I think like one of the DVDs or stuff, there's actually like they have an
Like
audition
audition
tape. They have
footage?
his audition tape, yeah.
Wow.
And if I recall correctly, Bob Odenkirk auditioned for someone too.
Odenkirk?
Let me look, or maybe it was Brian. No, I don't think it was. Let me look that up. Hold on. Bob Odenkirk.
Bro, just about to say Bryan Cranston.
I think I got him mixed up with Bob Odenkirk. The
Oh.
Office. Let's see. Almost played Michael Scott. I believe that audition tape is out there too. So yeah, that's what I
Wait,
just
Bob.
read.
So Bob Odenkirk actually almost played Scott.
Yes, that's what I just read. And I vaguely remember.
Wow. We almost had Saul Goodman playing Scott.
We almost
That could work though.
We
No, I
almost-
think it could have. It would. That actually, I can see that.
we almost had Saul Goodman as Michael Scott, and we almost had. I'm trying to think of a Seth Rogen role. Frick.
So I can't think of any Seth Rogen role that isn't animated.
I can't think of any Seth Rogen role that isn't his fucking podcast, bro. Like
Wait,
what?
Seth
What?
Rogen has a podcast? What?
Yeah, I believe so.
Seth Rogen is known for his podcast.
I mean, Seth Rogen is known for smoking weed, but I really don't remember.
On his podcast, probably.
Probably on his podcast. Did you guys ever watch? By the way,
Head ass.
did you guys ever watch? Did you guys ever watch The Studio on Apple TV?
No,
That
no,
show's
I don't
that show's really good. That was one he
The only Apple TV show I've ever watched is Monarch.
We watch Pluribus
Oh,
on
yeah,
Apple
you-
TV.
you love
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
Pluribus.
and Pluribus.
I will be for future notice, since Pluribus is on my list here. I will be spoiling the ending of that first season.
Okay,
That's fine.
doesn't
I,
matter to
I
me.
already
Okay.
got the rundown of
Alright.
it. So
I still haven't watched Breaking Bad, let alone starting Pluribus.
Bitch.
well, Pluribus isn't really part of that.
I know, but it's from the same
series.
creator.
It is the
Yeah,
same.
Vince
thing, but
Gilligan, my goat.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie to you. Yeah, that dude got some creative talent.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I guess before we move on, I just wanted to let you know. I told my parents I'd only go on this for like 2 hours because the heater's currently off right now to turn it back on, and we're an hour and 20 minutes in.
Whoa.
Okay,
Just-
so
just-
lightning round, speed it up.
Just as a
Let's
heads
speed it
up.
up.
Just as a heads up.
All
Okay,
right, so speed it up.
that's
speed it up.
my pick. So next we are on to we want to do Go Too Long now. Oh,
Uh,
we did
no,
that.
no, this is
Sorry, we
we
did
already
go,
did
we,
Too Long.
we just did that. Okay, so
perfect end. Perfect end.
ended
Perfect
well.
end.
ending.
Okay.
All right, perfect ending. Perfect.
All right, Jesse, go. Same
I
order.
just-
It's just lightning round.
Yeah, I just thought about it, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, what was a perfect ending TV show? And I'm like, can we do stuff that's animated? Or does it have to be like a
Animation works.
filmed?
I mean, whatever you
Animation,
want.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, show's a show.
Cool. If that's the case, because I couldn't really think of one, I decided to just bite the bullet and say Gravity Falls was like.
Damn it, that was
perfect
gonna be
ending.
my answer.
Gravity
Fuck.
Falls is such a good answer, Jesse.
Gravity Falls is awesome.
Fuck, that was gonna be my answer.
I never
Oh,
even
sorry.
considered
You sh-
saying
you
some
sh-
shit like
Okay,
that.
I have a backup anyway, but it's a mini series, so
Okay,
I don't know if
okay.
it'll work as well. But
I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but yeah, Gravity Falls was literally one of the perfect cases of a cartoon just ending right where it needed to end. Did not go on too long. Didn't like feel dragged out or anything. Heck, it didn't even like get threatened with like a remake or reboot season or anything. No, it's untouched. It's perfectly preserved as it should be.
I remember those last episodes.
We're
Like,
so
do you
good.
remember the marketing for those last episodes
Yes.
when
Oh,
they were
the Weird
coming out,
Mageddon.
dude?
Oh my
I
gosh.
Yes. Oh my
I
gosh,
watched the
bro.
Weird Mageddon finale live. I remember watching that
Oh my
live.
gosh.
Yeah, so did
I
I.
remember watching that shit live. I was sat for that fucking show. Okay, I
Oh,
watched that shit
literally.
weekly throughout all of season 2.
I'm actually
Man, when Stan's brother was introduced as a character,
Oh
bro.
my god, I
that was
watched it.
crazy. That's still
That
my
was
favorite
insane.
episode of the show, at least from what I've seen. Was that
Uh,
reveal episode? Oh my gosh, that with Stan's
From what
brother
you've
at the end.
seen,
So
You
I'm
said
actually
you haven't watched
I'm actually glad you picked it before I did because I thought about it. Really like that show, but for me, I'm a little bit of a disadvantage because I've seen most of it, but there's certain episodes I haven't seen. I never like went from the beginning and watched like the whole
okay.
thing through, but I've seen most of it, and I definitely saw that second half of that second season from the Not What He Seems episode forward. I definitely saw all of that of season 2, and I've seen pretty much all of season 1. But yeah,
I'm very glad
Hey.
you let yourself explain because I almost yelled at you for how audacious it would have been to say that and not finish the show.
so I'm glad
Hey.
I'm glad that you said it before I picked that instead of me.
As long as we can all agree Wendy is hot, we can move on.
Yo, you are
Hey.
bro. Hold on, let me check how old Wendy is real quick. Hold on.
She's 15, bro. She's 15, bro.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Wait,
You're
what?
actually a pedophile, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Gavin-
You're a pedophile, bro.
Gavin, you are caught. Hold on, wait.
Gavin, you are high. You're the only person who had that thought, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He thought we was about to
Gavin?
agree.
Oh, Gavin.
Gavin, Gavin, yeah.
listen.
It writes itself, Chad. It
Okay,
writes itself.
okay. Wait a minute. When did that show come out, though?
That's what you're telling me. Growing up watching that show, you did not have a TV crush on that bitch.
Bro, I
don't
was
know.
no, literally, thank you.
Gavin, how old were you in
What?
2012?
In 2012, bro. Was
8.
Okay, so all right, so
I was 8.
okay. At the,
Okay, but you said that as a 22-year-old man.
You
Okay.
said is. You said is.
when
not
you
was.
first watched the show, that's a better way to put it.
Listen, you know what I meant.
Oh,
You're
this
just
is
trying
gonna
to put
clip
me on the
so
spot.
hard if we get an audience, bro.
Gavin, you are gonna be canceled, bro.
You're cooked. I mean, it's Isabel profile picture.
I don't know. I thought you meant. Oh, never mind.
I almost did for a second too. I'm not gonna lie, Logan.
Were you thinking of the show I was thinking of?
Yeah, I think so.
By the way, they just got married in real life. If you're thinking of the same show, I'm thinking of.
Wait, now I feel like we're not. No.
The voice actors got married in real life. Are you thinking of
Oh,
Phineas and
wow.
Ferb?
I was thinking Phineas and
Yeah,
Ferb.
they just
Okay,
got
never
married in
mind,
real
we
life.
were.
The two actresses. I mean, the actor and the actress just got married in
Really?
real life. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's great.
That's fucking awesome.
I just saw that on Twitter a couple weeks ago.
Indeed.
All right,
indeed.
Gav, your turn.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we gotta hurry up.
Time
We gotta-
time constraints.
Show that ended perfectly. I'm gonna say this preemptively. I think Ted Lasso is at a perfect ending point right now. I know
Wait.
they're doing a season
I'm,
5.
Wait,
wait,
so
wait,
it's
wait.
not
Can I,
over.
can I
Okay,
step-
well, hold on. Then you can't pick that.
Well,
Can
let
I
me say.
step in
Let me.
real-
I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
So he's been with the same team all 4 seasons, had all this development, whatever. But he left the team at the end of season 4. In season 5, there's going to be him at a new team.
Wait, Gavin, it's only
That's
on.
why I'm saying that.
Wait, can I step in real quick? I'm literally watching the show for the first time right now. Season 4 is next, not 5. Season 3 is.
Oh, okay.
Season 4.
It had season 4 is coming out. Season 3 was the last season.
I'm literally.
I thought,
I'm in the middle of
My bad.
watching it right now. I'm on season 2, episode 4. Really, really good so far.
yeah, great show.
And-
But you don't need to
It's
do a
not
season
over.
4.
But
Leave
wait-
it where it is, and it's perfect.
But you say.
Yeah, that's literally like the third. You just answered for the third one
Yeah, but
because it's still an ongoing
yeah,
show.
it's still an ongoing. But to Gavin's point, season 3, from what I've heard, had a proper finale. They ended it, and they're just
the
bringing
show
it back.
was over.
Yeah, the show was
It's
over.
a comeback
They
season.
are bringing it
Like,
back
why-
though
you
this
don't
year.
need this.
Okay, so it technically ended,
So
but they
it-
just got
it-
rebooted or
Mhm.
something.
And am I? Isn't it?
It had a
It's
grand
also
finale.
it's gonna be like it's different too because right, the first 3 seasons he coaches a men's soccer team. Season 4 he's coaching a women's soccer team. So it's like
Mhm.
it could almost act like it's like it's
It's a completely different show.
not a
Okay,
completely,
but is it a
not
different show
completely
or is it
different-
called season 3
Not
or
a-
4?
not
Sorry,
a completely different show, but it'll change it up, I guess. So
that doesn't change anything. The third topic is literally like shows that are ongoing that you hope ends well, and then gave us a show that fits that criteria for endings. Do you have a backup?
I do.
what's your
Okay.
What's your
backup?
backup?
My backup is a really easy answer though. Just Breaking Bad.
Okay,
I'm really glad
That's
I didn't
valid.
say Breaking
That's-
Bad then.
That's valid.
I haven't seen it,
'Cause
but
I
that
almost
just sounds
did.
like an easy answer because I've heard that
Yeah,
show.
but dude,
went on really
Breaking
well.
Bad
Yeah,
had
it was perfect.
it had no. Okay, I'm gonna say this in good faith. It had no like filler.
He's spitting.
Yeah,
Like,
He's
yeah, it had no
absolutely
filler.
right.
Episode had its purpose. Each episode had its start and end point. Like there was not a
Everything
single
was important.
episode you can skip in Breaking Bad.
It's
There are plenty. Almost every show on this earth, you can skip an episode or two, and still finish, and you would get the full story. You skip a single episode of Breaking Bad, you're missing key details.
Facts.
I was just talking to someone about because I brought up this topic and I was talking to someone about why does it seem like TV shows always have terrible finales? Like even the best shows, the one exception from even it seems like every show has at least a portion of haters who hate the finale. Breaking Bad is at least from what I've seen on the internet, is the only show where it seems like almost everyone agrees that it ends really well and it was right where it needed
Yes.
to be.
Because it was literally a
It was
perfect
literally
finale.
perfect.
So,
There's
yeah,
a reason people think it's like the greatest TV show ever made.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can't even
I've
argue.
really
It's
got to
like-
jump
For
on that
good
show.
reason too.
Yeah, I did. I can't even and even not just Breaking Bad, because then we move on to stuff like El Camino, which is like a
Okay,
movie
El Camino
afterwards.
is a
Yeah.
phenomenal movie.
Amazing movie, and then we have a prequel in Better Call Saul, and people like it more than the actual show. It's just absolute
I still gotta
3 for
finish Better
3.
Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely gotta check
He
it
is a
out. Definitely gotta check it
generational
out.
show writer, dude.
Which is why my take on Pluribus later is Vince. I'm looking at you, my friend.
Okay, no. With that being said, Khalid, lightning round.
I chose a Korean show titled Death Game or Death Game.
That was a
right.
good pick.
I don't know if Gav. I don't think Jesse's finished it. I don't know if Gav
I didn't.
has finished it. and I figure you probably haven't watched it, Logan. It's a Korean show. You'd have to read a
Okay.
lot of subtitles watching it. I don't even
Alright.
think there's a dub for it. The show is essentially a guy kills himself because he's struggling with money. And it's a very selfish thing because he has a mom at home who cares for him and whatnot. He kills himself and he
He
meets
had a
Death.
girlfriend and everything. Yeah.
And Death tells him like he wasted his life. He's very selfish. So for that, he's essentially going to hell. He argues that it's not fair, and the girl who is the Death is played by a female actor, and she essentially tells him, "Okay, I'm going to put you through several different situations, and in each time you die in said situations, like she has like a little counter. I think he can only die 12 times, or maybe 5, 6. I can't remember the total, but each time he dies, it adds like a little tick, and he gets closer and closer to hell. And he reincarnates, I think, the first time as a guy on a plane, and the plane blows up, and he dies, and he gets brought back. He's angry, whatever,
Mhm.
and Death is like, and the whole thing is Death is challenging him that if he can survive death just one time, he gets his life back essentially. And it's it hops from different people, many different scenarios. Some of the memorable ones for me is one where he's reincarnated as a baby in an abusive household and he gets murdered as a baby because he keeps whining. There's another one where he is a kid getting bullied in school, and he like essentially starts embarrassing the bully in front of everybody, and as a result the bully ends up killing him. There's a lot, but the ending of the show has him turn into his mom, and throughout the show you've seen a bit of his mom through other characters' perspectives
Mhm.
that is going on. And he turns into his mom, and she's on like a hike, and I can't remember if she breaks her leg or something, but she's immobile and she has fallen, and she is in the dark with no help. And he's sitting here. This is his last life, mind you. And the entire point of the show has gone to show you that essentially, basically, every time he's died has been some form of greed, whether he wants to get money because he wants to be rich and whatnot. It's always ended up getting him killed in some way. And in this particular case, he is not doing what he's doing for greed, but rather because he doesn't want his mom to die in the middle of a forest with no one to find her. So he essentially forces himself to crawl out of the situation as his mom in a very touching scene, and lives the rest of his life peacefully as his mom, dirt poor. And he backs out from that life kind of like with a new appreciation of life, and Death does what she promised and gives him a restart essentially, where he's back on the cliff where he initially killed himself at the start of the show, and decides not to do that because obviously after everything he's gone through, he has a better appreciation of. I think the show ended exactly where it needed to end. It didn't push it. Every different perspective was interesting and did not drag on, and that is why that's my pick.
That's not what I expected you to say. I'll be so real.
I think the show is just amazing.
Out
Absolutely
of
amazing.
any of the Korean shows we've watched, the only one I thought you would have said would have been Alice in Borderland.
I think Alice in
It
Borderland
kinda went
dragged.
too
I
far.
think it dragged, yeah. After when they started the
That's
Joker
true.
stuff.
I haven't watched season 3, so will still say that.
As someone who's seen only the first episode, I can tell you we did not need season 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so it is really bad.
It's not even that it's bad. It's just so unnecessary. Like, sorry, Logan. What was your pick for perfect
Okay,
ending?
my pick. So I'm gonna be really quick on this one because this one's really gonna suck. Because I was like I said, Gravity Falls. I think before Jesse took, I think that would have been a much better answer. And I was literally going through my TV time, and I was like, which is where you track like shows you watch. I'm looking through. I'm like, I really haven't finished as many shows as maybe I thought I have. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the frick do I pick? So this is gonna be really quick because this is not a great answer.
All right. Sorry, I am back. I had to pause to say bye to someone who's leaving.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Logan was just about to
I
tell
was
us
just
his.
about to,
Oh, okay, cool.
and this is not a good answer. This is really not that good of an answer because I thought of it so last minute. But I literally just read that this show, they said they're not giving it a season 2 and it's staying at season 1. I chose Penguin, and that is not a great answer.
Oh, okay.
That is not a. I don't think that's that great of an answer, but because I think that was originally also always intended to be a miniseries. So I don't. But I think they were debating possibly doing a season 2. And thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that probably ended right where it needed to end. They did not need to go further with that story. And I mean,
Huh.
I just read in the back, and it's really, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's really, really good. And so that was, and I literally just read that he's coming back for the Batman Part 2, which just began filming last week or a couple of days ago. And he says he's only in like 2 scenes. So they're not even gonna, I
I
guess,
love the
focus
Batman
on.
movie.
The Batman is so good. Didn't we literally talk about this like a couple podcasts ago, though, like a couple years ago, and I was like the one defending it against you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I rewatched
I
it
like-
and I have come to appreciate the movie.
Okay.
Again,
I
it's
don't
not a bad movie. It's just overhyped.
I agree with Jesse. I like the movie. Like I will go as far as to say I like it, but like it's not the greatest Batman movie like
It's
everybody
not.
put it up to be. I think it's just a good movie. Like it's a good watch.
And on
I
the topic
think
of
it went on
Batman,
a
just a
little
little
too
bit.
long.
Yeah,
but-
it went a little too
Now,
long,
see,
but like
the
it really
fir-
wasn't a bad movie.
The first time I watched it, I agree with what you said about the length. I was like, this is way too long. The second time, I've seen it probably like 4 or 5 times. Never an issue. Like I watched it the second time. Like the fact I even thought this was an issue the first time, like it just like I think watching it again. I think maybe because the first time I watched it, I was like, this is way too long. Maybe because I was taking it in for the first time. But then watching it again, I've seen it a few times. Every time after the first time, like the length does not bother me one bit. And so yeah, so that was my pick. Not a great pick, and it was a very last minute pick. After we obviously go over our third thing, I'll also put I'll just randomly throw in what the other thing was I picked with the wrong thing. But so yeah, that was my pick though for ended well.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse,
So now we're on
last
stuff
loop.
we want to end well, right?
Yeah, stuff that is currently airing that has potential to be GOAT, like or like great series, but they have to know when to end it. Like if they just don't drag
Okay.
it.
This one was actually one of the easier ones for me, believe it or not.
I
It's
struggled
because-
with this answer.
You literally answered it earlier.
Yeah, literally.
Well, no, Ted Lasso is. I'm not gonna say Ted Lasso.
Okay.
But either way, the one I decided to say for my I wanted to end well because it's still ongoing is actually The Chosen.
Oh, is that
Oh,
one
is
like
that the
Jesus show?
Is that the Jesus show?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I honestly think it's been really good in capturing like the books of Jesus, like because the first 5 books of the New Testament are essentially his time on earth. So I think it's been really good, and we're actually about to get his crucifixion in the next season, which means
Holy
we're
shit.
probably only gonna have like this last season.
How many hasn't that been going on for a while?
It's got 5
It
seasons.
has, but they're not like they're like a private studio. Like they're not like public,
Yeah.
or they're like publicly funded or something. Like they have to earn their
Wait,
funds and
wait,
everything.
wait,
They're not
wait.
like professionally paid
If
or
it's
anything.
who I think it is who put it out, hold on, give me a second.
It's like Loaves and Fishes or something, and then or Angel whatever studios.
Angel
Yeah.
Studios is an actual company now.
Yeah, because of The Chosen, because
No,
how
because
it
what was
gained
that?
profit.
What was that movie that made like $200 million that they did?
Did they make a movie? Let me
Sound
check.
of Freedom. That movie, Sound of Freedom, from like 3 years ago. They put that out and that made bank.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah, and
Angel
since
Studios did Sound of Freedom?
and since then, they just put out that terrible that Animal Farm remake from Andy Serkis, which looks awful. I haven't seen it, but it was animated. Yeah, they're actually like they're more so now. Originally they were a lot more focused on like Christian content, and they still do that, but now they're an acquisition company. They actually acquire movies from festivals. And yes, they put out a
That's
lot.
interesting.
They put out a lot of stuff in the last couple of years. After it was basically, I think, after that movie Sound of
Toby.
Freedom did so well, they just
Amazing.
started acquiring stuff. So yeah,
Alright,
they
guys.
become more so like a legitimate like bigger company since then. But yeah, Yeah, but the Chosen though, that was a movie. I mean, a show that they put out the episodes in theaters, right? And those were like big deals because people like they would make money.
Yeah, because The Last Supper was like I'm pretty sure the ones that they did in theaters. And because yeah, it's like it's leading up to like the big moment of like the crucifixion of Jesus. So it's like people wanted to see that,
Jesse,
and the
you
show is
hyped?
like beautiful.
Jesse, you hyped for Passion of the Christ too?
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. I completely forgot. Yeah,
It's so crazy to me that they're doing a sequel to that. I've never seen it, but that was a big movie when it
it
came
was like
out.
one of the biggest
That
It's
was
like the biggest Christian film still.
that was also the high fun fact. That was the highest grossing R-rated movie in the United States until Deadpool and Wolverine 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
That broke the record. Worldwide, the first Deadpool beat it, I think, like 2016. But in the United States, The Passion of the Christ was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time until Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So yeah,
Sorry.
we
We went all over.
yeah. So yeah, that was your pick.
Yeah, that was my
Okay.
Gavin, go.
Me now?
Yeah.
It's like I said, this was the hardest one for me. I really had to pull some shit out of my ass because I don't watch a lot of ongoing TV shows. I tend to find ones that are already done and then watch those. So I put The Pit.
I've heard
It's
that's
got
really,
two-
I've heard that's really, really good. I haven't watched it.
I think it's like I watch a couple of these stupid little fucking tchotchke medical shows just because there are some hits out there. And this one
Oh,
is
that's the one
really
where it's
good.
like
I've
where it's
heard.
like actual medical accurate, right?
I've heard. Yeah, this
Yes,
is. I've heard
it
people
is
say.
very accurate. It is very deep. It is very blunt. It is such a good show. But it has 2 seasons right now. Season 2 was significantly weaker than season 1 in my opinion. But it was still phenomenal. And they've already said they're doing a season 3, and I'm hoping it's the last one, and I hope they don't start to fucking good doctor this shit.
Or they don't.
Ah.
Even worse.
You know?
Even worse. Grey's Anatomy. This shit, which literally. Ended
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No, don't diss on Grey's Anatomy, man.
But it's
Oh yeah, I forgot. Gavin likes Grey's Anatomy.
Isn't that show already like 20 seasons in or something? And then literally
23 seasons
last-
deep.
in the last season, didn't they literally like blow up the hospital or something? Or was that
Shit,
another
they
show?
rebuilt.
Was that, I forget. I could be wrong. Like they were just so desperate. Like,
I don't
blow
know.
up the
I'm
hospital.
not caught up.
I remember seeing. It might not be that show. It could be another show I'm thinking of. But I've heard The Pit is really, really good. And the same thing you said. I've heard it's like the most medically accurate like show about a hospital.
That's one of the reasons I like it. Is because it doesn't exaggerate things. Everything you hear is like, it's like that's something that you would hear if you were in that situation. That's one of the biggest reasons why I like it so much.
And where can you watch this?
It's on Max, I think.
Mm-hmm.
HBO.
HBO
Max.
HBO.
Yuck.
I thought about what do you mean yuck?
Yuck.
HBO
'Cause
Max.
we don't
When-
have HBO
when they
anymore,
took
'cause-
when they took my Doctor Who off HBO Max, that shit became ass. I don't care.
HBO Max. I honestly think HBO Max has the best back catalog out of most of the streaming services. I think that has to do with like Warner Brothers' massive library of
Probably,
stuff
yeah.
they put on there. All right, does Khalid want to go next? Wait, what's
Yeah, I'll go next.
we just put a message in here. Hold on.
That was me.
No,
Nasty
it's-
ass. Yuck. HBO Max.
Okay, but yeah, Khalid, your pick.
I said it like 3 times, but Pluribus,
Oh yeah, Pluribus. That's
Okay.
right.
absolutely good show. I'm don't know if I'm gonna waste time explaining what the plot of the show is outside of like, the virus goes around that makes everybody like a hive mind and they do stuff. I don't think Gav or Jesse finished the show because we started
No,
it
I did
together.
not. Yeah.
To make things short, so Carol, eventually ends up falling in love with that one girl that was like following her around, if you remember the show.
The Middle
Oh,
Eastern
really?
lady?
Yeah, the pirate lady. And
Okay.
she ends up meeting with like the other guy who was like locking himself in that one room and like eating dog food and stuff.
Mhm.
And he finds out there's like radio signals where you can like make these things like go under seizure and start yelling at them and whatnot. and I'm sure that's gonna go somewhere eventually. But as far as Carol's concerned, they found a way to actually get her. They needed to like change the virus to match her specific stem cells, and she had frozen her eggs with her girlfriend at the start, like the girl from the start,
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point in the past, and they found it. Didn't tell her, like they told her that they like about the whole stem cell situation, and she was like, well, there's no way you guys can get that, right? And then she remembers the eggs, and they're like, Carol, you got to understand how like amazing it is. So she essentially has 1 month before they turn her ass. So out of like a power play, she gets the atom bomb.
He actually got the atom
She
bomb.
actually got the atom bomb, and she just has that shit in her backyard, and she's like, "Yo, try it," and I'm really about to blow this bitch up. The I don't think we can get another season after season 2. We literally have 1 month before these things are done, and they can go and turn her. This other guy knows a way to cause seizures and reach the people inside of them. And we got an atom bomb in the backyard. I feel like the show is going to end next season. I don't think we can drag it on to a third season. Especially because Vince Gilligan and his team have mentioned that the writing is akin to what he said is a melting glacier, as in it's like a race against time. So I just have pure faith that it's going to end very well in its next season. Wrap up the show and we can move on. Because I swear to God, if season 2 ends with like some like half-assed cliffhanger to set up a third season that does not need to happen, I'm going to be pissed. But that's my pick. Logan, you should definitely watch it. It's a really good show.
Watch it. Okay, so my pick, I had two. I'll briefly explain the first one. So actually, on the line of pluribus, both Apple TV shows I thought of, because I actually just finished watching one of these recently. Then I jumped into Ted Lasso after that, and then this is the other show I've watched for a while. I don't know if you've ever heard. I almost went with. I don't know if you've ever heard of Shrinking with Harrison Ford and Jason Segel.
I've
No,
seen
I
it
have
on their
not.
page, but I never watched it.
Really, really good. It's more of a comedy. It's like a feel-good type of show, kind of like Ted Lasso
Okay.
is. It's from the same creator of Ted Lasso, and he also created Scrubs and a couple other shows. It's really, really good. Its third season just ended, but it's definitely one of those shows where I'm like, okay, it's kind of like, it's like, it follows a formula, so it's kind of like, okay, I could see this kind of, if they push it a couple more seasons, could still work, but if it might go on too long. But I didn't decide that. I decided another show that I think is a really good answer. I kind of almost didn't want to do this one because I was driving home with Paul last week from somewhere, and he brought this up, and I was like, I kind of didn't want to steal what he thought, but I agree with it 100%. Severance.
Severance.
I didn't like
Severance.
Severance.
Really?
You didn't like Severance?
You didn't like Severance?
Is that the one where they have like the work life and the outside of work life?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like Severance.
Gavin, what?
I just haven't seen it.
It's really, really good.
I think the show is fantastic.
It's
actually.
great. It's a great show. That being said, both seasons are great, and I want to bring this up because this is what happened. I don't know if you heard about this, but a couple months ago, Apple bought the rights to the show, and I've heard that. I'm like, what do you mean they bought the rights to the show? It's already airing on there. But what that means is that Apple bought the rights from the people who make it. So the people make it, and then they just distribute it through Apple TV. Apple bought 100% of the rights to the show in general. So production, things like that. And the reason why, and this is what worries me, is they said they want episodes out faster.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So that's a great answer because it's a great show where it's at right now, but that's not a good sign. When the reason you buy a show is because we want the episodes out faster. We want a quicker turnaround. So yeah.
Why are we doing this,
And
bro?
if you watch that show, it's the way it's shot. I mean, it's a weird show, but the way it's shot, it's very cinematic looking with a lot of like just like camera movements. I don't know if you've seen. I mean, Khalid, you've obviously seen both seasons, but the scene in season 2, I think, where he just like runs around the whole office in one shot, and it's like 2 minutes long, and it's like expertly crafted. You can find behind the scenes videos of like how they did it. And that's not something you can really do when you're like rushing out episodes, because like it's a show with a lot of like really cool like cinematography and things like that, where it feels like a film, just an hour an episode, but it feels like hour-long episode films. And if you're pushing out the show like you want episodes out faster, I don't know if that's gonna. So that's one I'm worried about. So that's one.
When did Severance come out? I'm thinking like 2021.
Let me look it
It
up.
was right around COVID time.
Let's see. The first season was 2022, and season
Okay.
2 was 2025. So 3 years. in
Okay.
between.
Okay. And when are we
And
expecting this third season?
Season 3, it says on IMDb, I don't know if it's true or not, but IMDb says 2026. I think it's going to be 27. I don't buy for a second that it's 26.
Well, if they're trying to make faster episodes,
Even
I don't
then,
know. Again.
when does... Let me look it up. Severance.
Gav, how many episodes of Severance did you watch? I feel like that's right up your alley.
I think like 3 or 4.
Wow.
It says they're filming from April to December of this year. So I'm going to guess next year.
Okay, yeah, it's probably next year.
See, that worries me though when they say like like the reason why they bought the show was because they didn't like how long it was taking between seasons. That's concerning. That's concerning.
So, like, is the director like, is it
I don't
still
know.
like
Well,
the
because
same staff?
you probably know this. Ben Stiller created the show,
Yeah.
and he directed some of it. I don't know if he directed all of it, but I mean that was I can look it up. Severance bought it. It was bought by like the show was bought outright by Apple. Apple has officially Apple has officially acquired the full intellectual property and production rights to the hit show Severance. From I was concerned because it said from 5th season. I'm like, wait, they already have up to season, but 5th season it looks like is the company that originally owned it. And a deal finalized in early 2026, valued at just under $70 million. Apple Studios will now produce future seasons in-house to secure long-term control, aiming for... Okay, well, this actually doesn't concern me as much now reading this. Aiming for a 4-season run. So they're going to do 2 more seasons.
Okay.
But like I said, I remember reading that it was because they
wanted it to be faster.
but they also throw in their potential spinoffs. So
Oh.
yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Jesse, you know Ben Stiller, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I did not know Bro could direct. So when I had found that out for Severance, I thought it was ludicrous and absolute bullshit. Like when I tell you, like, it's really well shot.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like,
shot.
It's really well shot.
And it's funny
For a guy in my head as the dude from Zoolander and Night at the Museum,
So
it's really well shot.
Here's the thing. Ben Stiller has been a director for a while. He directed the movie The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey. in the
Never heard
90s.
of it. Never heard of it.
Never heard of The
Directed
Cable Guy?
he directed Zoolander. He did both of them.
Really?
He directed Tropic Thunder as well, which that's a great movie.
I knew that.
And what happened was, Zoolander 2. I mean, I kind of like the verse Zoolander. I think it's a little bit overrated, but there's funny parts in it. But I don't know if you remember, but when Zoolander 2 came out, that movie got shit. That was hated. And so I think Severance was the thing he did after that, and it was basically it feels like he's gone like, okay, acting, I still do comedy, but directing, I'm going to take a little bit of a shift to a different type of thing. And basically that's what Severance is, because it's a total just drama kind of awards type of show, and it's really really good. And yeah, but so yeah, that's one that concerns me a bit, but we'll see. I guess finally to end this off, because I originally said, I thought for some reason in my mind, I don't know why, because I literally wrote down in Discord the types of shows that I was supposed to pick, but originally I had picked like a show that ended too soon. And I kind of want to throw that out there real quick because it just got canceled this year. It only ran 2 seasons, but it's a show I feel could have went for multiple seasons because I just thought it was so hilarious. I went with Ted. That was what.
Wait, the
Real.
Ted show got canceled?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
got
Oh,
canceled.
it did.
That sucked, man. That was such a
Khalid.
good show.
Hold on,
Khalid.
hold on. When we're talking Ted, we're talking about like Bear movie, Talking
Yeah,
Bear,
yeah.
stuffed animal,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
So
Wow.
no joke. Peacock's most watched show, most watched original. Season 2 apparently did great numbers. The reason it's getting canceled is because it's too expensive. That's what because I guess because the bear. But again, I don't know why because I'm like, okay, the bear's CG,
Well, hold-
but nothing else is.
I mean, how much? Like,
Oh,
did
they're
they break
small.
even? Like, how much profit are they making for what they're distributing?
So the thing with that show is that it was originally. I remember when that show came out. It was the first season. It was billed as an event series. It was billed as a mini series. They weren't going to do any more than one. But season 1 did so well. It was their most watched original that they said, "All right, let's do a season 2." And then it was revealed even before season 2 began filming. Fun fact: I took a trip to California in August of 2024, and I toured the Universal Studios lot, and they were filming season 2 while I was there, to the point where you would pass by the production facilities and there were literally trailers lined up that said Ted on them. So they were filming season 2 in August of 2024, and it didn't come out until 2026. So that's like a year of effects they did on it. And again, I guess it's because the bear costs money with the CG, but again, it's like, does it really cost that much? Because the bear's the only thing that you're really paying for CG for. So, but that's what they said. And even before season 2 came out, there was like articles where they said Peacock reluctantly gave them a season 2 because they were concerned about budgets for it. And so the thing that they also announced is that not only is there a season, they not only did they announce season 2, they also announced an animated show, which is like the replacement for it. But again, that's just dumb to me because that cast on that show is so good, and who they have playing them. I didn't like season 2 as much as season 1, but there are some really funny shit in season 2 also.
Yeah.
And that show was hilarious. So I was so disappointed to find out that they canceled that. That could have easily, I think, gone on for more seasons. And, if they kept the same consistent writing, I think that would have continued to be hilarious. So yeah, it was a shame to see it that, they brought that one to an end.
Wow.
So yeah, we're an hour and 57 minutes, almost 58 into the episode. So if there's, I've been going a little bit longer, but if there's anything else that anyone wanted to talk about.
I mean, really, I just started racking my brain of like, what is a show I can answer under the same like pretext? Something that ended too soon.
I would say look at Netflix because Netflix cancels stuff all the time, even when it's really good.
Oh,
they're known for that.
I'm not effing okay with this. Ended way too soon.
I've heard of that.
It
What
was
ended?
it's called I'm Not Effing Okay With This. It's essentially like I'll say it like this. It's like if It and Stranger Things had a baby. That's what the show was.
Oh, I got a perfect
Yo,
one.
what's the one that we watched like 10 years ago, Jesse? Where it was the zombie apocalypse one where it's all the fucking high school kids and the guy has 2 katanas. And then one of them, like, he
Oh.
loses his arm. And then there's the fucking, they have to like launch a rocket or some shit. That was supposed to get a season 2.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Well, let me hit this peak answer real quick because
Okay.
Spectacular Spider-Man also got
Oh,
canceled.
that's
Oh,
and
I
that could have continued.
I never watched
Facts.
that whole show, but that's a good one because that ended. Wasn't that like I heard the reason for that too was because the Sony Disney rights, and I believe because I think Disney now owns the entirety of the animation Spider-Man rights, and that was
Yeah, there's a
that
bunch of
show
legal
was Sony.
stuff.
That show was Sony, I think. I think that switch happened when Disney bought Marvel. By the way, real quick, Spider-Man Noir, I'm halfway through it, really good. I want to throw that out.
I have
there.
not started
yeah.
it yet, but I
Good.
plan
I've been wanting to
to.
watch it.
Chi.
I'm watching it in black and white. So because you can watch it in either black and white or color, they give you an option. It's good so far.
I'm 100% watching both, but I know I'm probably gonna enjoy
I'll probably
black and
start with
white
black and
more.
I think black and white works better because it's already shot like a noir show, so the black and white adds to it. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend it. It's not great, but it's solid so far.
Okay.
Well, the show was never supposed to come out in color. They added that
Yeah,
on
yeah.
later.
I think
It was only supposed to be black and white,
I think I read.
and then people got pissy.
I think Nicolas Cage was the one who suggested they do both. So yeah, that show is really good. I like it so far.
Yeah.
So wait, so Khalid said Spectacular Spider-Man. Who said Jesse was? I'm not okay with this. What would you say, Gavin? If you can even think of one.
I don't know, man. Like I know I've watched shows that
Honestly,
have
you
been
don't
canceled.
have to. This is such a last minute thing anyway, that because of an accident I made, so you don't have to. But
yeah, I would have to sit and think about that.
yeah. Okay, so is there anything else for the day?
No, I think that covers
I
it.
say I started Good Omens, like the book.
Oh, really?
Oh, you did.
Very confusing. I feel like
I read
I'm
like
like
I read
yeah, go
like
for it. Sorry.
I read like 30 pages of it like a couple of years ago, and I remember reading. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I think that's why I
Yeah,
stopped reading it.
So it's like, from my understanding, you got like this, like as far as I got it, you got like this demon, and because it's very like, I guess, like Christian, like oriented. So it's like a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and you just have like this demon who is like enjoying his life in like modern day society, after having been bored in like 1700 society and whatnot. So he's like driving like Mercedes Benz and shit, and like, I guess like Satan or whatever pulls up to him and he's like, "Yo, yeah, humanity's time is up." Just like straight Armageddon. So it's like time to wrap this whole shit up. And he's just like, "But I don't wanna." That's like pretty much where, as far as I got in the novel so far. So
That's David Tennant's character, by the way.
yes, it's David Tennant's character.
Yeah.
I don't wanna. I'm enjoying myself.
He plays it really well.
I'm
too.
sure the show is a lot like probably like is much easier to get into than I would think so. I've heard the show is really good.
It is.
Okay.
I hear the first season, with just the couple we were talking about, the first season follows the book like 1-to-1. So it's like everybody loves it. And then the second season, and I think third, is just made up shit.
Wasn't there such a large gap in between the release of those two? Like a
I guess
large
that plays
gap.
the part in that.
All right. Anything else or no?
Nope, that's it for me.
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. So another another bullshit with the boys podcast episode in the can for the week. So we will see you all next week. This has been the Bullshit with the Boys podcast. I have been your host Logan Floyd, along with your co-host Khalid,
Yo.
Gavin,
Goodbye.
and Jesse.
Adios.
All right, guys. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.